All right, lads, it's that time of the week where we do the who's who of Tinder and we go through our matches and see where we're at. I've got another boost on. So I usually just put one boost on a week. I mean, when I go through a phase where I'm actually using it, I'll put one boost on a week. We've got the candle to burn off all of the bad spirits. It's not sage, but I guess it could be. So it's the thought be gone candle, the fatties be gone candle, because you know that we're banishing those. But yeah, let's just get right into it, right? Let's not fuck around. Can we work with this? Language exchange. What's our language? Let's see. Fuck it, let's do it. We got here. I have to go not just through the camera because it's not actually that clear. So I go through the camera and then I go out on the side so I can actually see. But yeah, we can work with this. It's nice eyes. Still some, no. This isn't a long-term prospect, lads. I mean, there's too many on here that would be. But yeah, there's a bit too much thottery here. But let's just go anyway and give it a look. I like the red lipstick. Does she have... No, I thought she had braces for a second. I was going to say that's very sexy, but we can still work with that. What do we got here? Well, for starters, that's a fucking man. For starters, it's a fucking dude. I don't know what the fuck happens. Like, the guys on here, and they just suddenly think, oh, yep, I'm looking for women, but actually I'm a fag. Like, is that a thing that happens with guys when they're scrolling through and they think, yeah, I'm actually looking for a woman. I've got it all down that I'm searching for women. But yeah, I might fuck someone with a cock. It's crazy to me. It's fucking gay. If you're fucking trans, like, you're still gay. It's obviously a thing. But can we work with this? I think we can work with that. I don't understand these little bags. Like, what actually fits in it? I mean, what's in it? Like, just the birth control, the Xanax, the Zoloft? Is that about it? The little flask of fucking wine? The cats? I don't think they fit in there. But yeah, we can work with this, but certainly not for the long term. Well. Cassia, we can message you later. What do we got here? A lake. Yeah, can we work with this? I don't know. Bit of an adventure, huh? Kind of wholesome, but not really. We can't work with that. No age. Yeah, we can't really work with that. That's called peak buying. Oh, we're super liked by a chick who's overweight, who's drinking out of a dick straw. Fuck, how can I miss this? With a big bottle. Like, I refuse to believe that people are putting this on their table. This is sitting at a table with someone. If you guys invited this to your table, whoever this guy is, you should be ashamed of yourselves. There should be a barrier of entry to that. She should be hot. She should be in shape. So I respect the super like, but those are some super south facing titties. Yeah, we can work with this. She's attractive. But the Paris trip, the Eiffel Tower, who paid for that, as they say? Did you, whatever your name is? I refuse to believe that. I'm going to need to see some receipts. Veronica. It's just a bit too big for me. Julia. The travel, This is a wholesome travel. This is a travel that fits the bank balance. Like, this is a holiday within budget. This is a trip within budget as well. Board is crappy. It's just an adventure. It's not like something that's a photo op. She hasn't gone to fucking like Dubai or something like that and just sat in a resort and taken photos. The resort's like $1,000 a night. This is just, yeah, it's a bit more wholesome. I mean, she's not my type, but that's not to say that she's bad. You know, obviously she seems more on the wholesome side, like a surfy or some crap like that. It's not really my type, but I'm sure that she's someone's type. No, Claudia. This is less wholesome, but for the short term, I guess we can deal with that. No. What do we got here? Where's she from? Where we got? Jesus, there's so many fucking flags. I assume that every time I see a flag, it's like 10 cocks in each city or each country. So, yeah, that's a no from me. It's like the girl on Instagram where she has the stories and the story highlights that she puts up, and each story highlight is at least another dick. Like, you know, she's in Mykonos, she's in Dubai, she's in fucking Croatia, she's in anywhere. You know, that like she's gone there to meet guys and shit like that. Like, she can't afford that. Some of the girls are on like $1,000 a month and then they're in fucking Dubai. Like, do you really think that that's a thing? And she's there getting fucked for money, or someone's paying for the trip who's brought her there. And girls think that it's a flex to just put shit up about where they've been. But guys in the game, that's a turn off. You know, that's not a fucking thing that's attractive. This is wholesome, but still too much. I don't know why 120 kilometers away, like that's pretty fucking far. I don't know why it's gone so far. Let's go to the actual matches. I mean, we don't have to zoom in for Jesus, we're lucky we zoomed in. So this is the definition of a catfish here. It's like small. It's like one of those fucking circus mirrors where she looks like a smaller girl. And I'm not saying she's ginormous, but like obviously she's fucking this. She needs to get in the fucking gym, put the time in, put the work in, as they say. But this is buying low. See, guys understand the concept of buying low. Like, this is buying low. If you're like a normal guy, this is a buying low, and you can help her get into better shape and things like that. This is, again, a little bit buying too low. Like, this is a bit too big, depending on what you're into. I know some guys are happy with the fucking enormous girls. I'm not going to say that, you know, I'm not going to put them all down. You know, I say fat people when they're really fat. Some people are just overweight. Like, this girl could lose like, I don't know, maybe like 10 pounds and put more effort in the gym and things like that, but she's still very young. You know, it's something that, like, she has businesswoman wannabe. She's got good skin. She's a bit, the bisexual thing is going to get me. She's a bit on the fence, but fuck it, why not? I'm a sucker for these bisexual girls. Maybe not the longest term, but compared to this is like top buying. So you're now a top buyer here. For 23, you're not buying the tippy top, but you're buying high. You know, I find too, a lot of girls now, they'll put like shit like this, will be their bio and stuff like this, that they want the long-term partner. These sort of professional photos, this looks like modeling shit. These are edited. Like, anyone can see that that's edited around her waist. It doesn't look natural. But they put these sort of things up and then they try and get simps to convince a simp that they want a long-term relationship, and they just can't find the right guy. A girl like this is getting hit on all the time. She's not like, you know, it's not that she can't find the right guy. They want to have a bunch of like kind of boyfriend type guys, because then they just milk them all. So you got to be wary of that. The girl who's, you know, attractive and then says that she just can't find the right guy, she's getting hit on constantly. So something's wrong there. So that's a no from me. This, you can't really tell. She kind of looks like a little bit on the big side, but not like fat, just more curvy, like her neck's still very detailed. But I can tell that she's going to be a hectic catfish, so yeah, it's a no from me. You can just tell. A lot of these girls, when their photos are professionally done, like they're being edited to a degree, there's like, maybe if they're a 6 with edited photos, you know that when you meet them, they're going to be just like a 5. And I'm not saying a 5 as though a 5 is shit, but, you know, I'm not like dealing with 5s. I mean, why would I? Not that she's terrible, but it's just how it is. This is a girl that I can deal with, but you're not buying low. You're not buying low with these sort of outfits, these sort of photos, balcony shots, crap like that, bags and all the bullshit, like already. But yeah, this is something that we could deal with. Like, she at least presents correct. She's attractive. Jesus. Ugh. It's always easy to spot like the Americans. Things like that. Like the American sort of style. Like just be a big, obnoxious ham planet. You know, like they think that they're edgy with the red hat and all this crap. Like people don't realize that they're coming completely incorrect. Like it actually insults me that someone would swipe yes to me and they're that big. Like with the fucking nerve. It's just fucking crazy. You know, if someone like was that big and they come up to me and were like hitting on me on the street, I would be correcting them that they're not presenting correct. Like it's disrespectful. It's like a guy who is fucking 3,000 pounds and then he runs up to the hottest girl on the planet and he's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to take you home. I can understand why girls would throw water in the guy's face. Like shit happens. You got to be a bit aware. But yeah, she's not doing too good. Kind of reminds me of that show Fat Albert. I don't know if you've seen that, but it reminds me of that. Yeah, we can deal with this. 28 though. I mean, she doesn't look it. Could be young photos, so we could be catfished very easily. No. See here, it's like, it's okay. And then the further down you go, it's just not, you know, not to say that she's bad. Again, I have to fucking reiterate, because she might not be a bad person. See, I barely need to zoom in with this. You got the cats already, which is good for you, because that's probably in the future if you don't get your shit together. The worst thing that gets me is people like they know that they're huge. Like they know that they're completely out of shape and they try to make these little fucking dumb jokes about it. Like she's got a photo of a swimsuit mag with like a bikini model on it and she's holding it. So they make all these little dumb, edgy excuses, like to try and pretend that they don't care. And it's just, it annoys me because it's blatantly obvious that they're completely out of shape. And they just treat it like a fucking joke or like a game. So it's worse because they know that they don't meet the standard and they're still out there. It's like girls when they're out there and it's like if imagine that you have your car registration. If people had to be registered, you know, like they had to do roadworthies and things like that, a lot of people wouldn't be out dating because there's a lot of people that don't fucking match up. Like they don't have their shit together. They're fucking crazy. They're massive hoes. You know, they're lying and doing a bunch of crap. So if that was a thing, then they'd have to be a lot more careful. You'd be able to get better matches. That's just a basic girl, but who knows? This one looks like she'd fucking, some sort of communist is going to lecture me about my Lambo and try and get shit for free. This one looks like a SJW artist. Classic starving artist. Sometimes I need deep intellectual conversations. Sometimes I don't need words at all. I'm a complicated, but I'm also uncomplicated, just like everyone else thinks that they are. But I'm different. They're really pushing me to this surfer girl, but I have to know. Here we go. What do we got here? What's the body count here, lads? Are we in the triple digits? I think we might be. This is catfish. Like, this is professionally done. This is edited. Ask me how I can tell, because I know. Like, I know all of this shit. This is a body count that's astronomical. It's just a mega body count. This is not the good kind. Like, this is smashed out. It's not for me. Like, you can put all these cute names like Bambi and all this crap, and oh, I'm a Disney character and I'm so pure. But you can't reset the mileage. You know, like you can't wind the clock back. You can't fuck a heap of losers and then show up and be like, now it was just completely clean slate. Like it's just not a thing. This one, at least she's, you know, not trying to be someone that she isn't. I give her that. She's not trying to be someone that's with me, but she's not, you know, LARPing about who she is. Respect that. This is, who the fuck knows what you're getting? You know, like this is, just filters are just wild. This is all fucking like the face has changed. Like Facetune, whatever the fuck they call it. She looks like a, I don't know, like some sort of wax figure. So I can't even go there because I don't even know what the fuck I'm getting. This just seems like a wholesome girl with a selfie. Sometimes the selfie things is good because they don't have the professional photos done yet. Like if you see professional photos of me, that's as good as I'll ever look. So it's all downhill from there. You know, like the professional photos, I don't look like that all of the time. You know, certainly not when they start editing and they start like highlighting certain parts of your face or your body and things like that. That's just not how I'll look. So when you get people and they take photos and selfies and shit like that with no filters, I mean, it looks like she's got makeup, of course, and some filters, but it's still pretty mild. Like she's just a pretty normal girl. She's not like bad. You know, she's not trying to inflate her value or be someone that she's not. So I'm not someone who, if people are like, you know, average or her case, maybe she's a little above. If people that play their position, I would never run them over. You know, I'm not someone who, if I see someone who's just who they are, as long as they're not fat, like obviously if they're massive, I can see that they're putting very little effort in. They shouldn't be on dating apps. They should be getting their shit together. They should not be worried about dating. And it's much the same as a guy. You shouldn't be worried about dating if you're a fucking broke boy. Like, why are you living in the distractions? Like, you got work to do. You shouldn't be worried about pussy and all this crap if you're broke. Because if you're fucking and things like that and you get the girl pregnant, if you can't support a family, you shouldn't be on the apps. Like, you shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be doing any of that shit. Because some guys, I get DMs and things like that. Guys will tell me how they knocked a girl up and then she's going to keep it. And the guy's not ready and he's like, you know, 23 or 24. And he's fucking like pulling his hair out, stressed because he doesn't know what to do. And he's trying to pressure a girl to get an abortion. Like, that's fucking low. Like, that's dumb. You know, it's within her right not to do it. If she decides that, you know, religious or something like that, especially if you knew that going in and you're reckless, it's within her right to say that she's not getting an abortion. Like, she can keep the kid. You can't make her get one, and you shouldn't be able to either. You should never be able to just make a decision on a woman's body like that you just want to fucking, like, you know, kill life if she doesn't want to do it. I agree that if you both decide, I think that if both people decide that they're not ready or whatever and want to get an abortion, I mean, that's their decision. It's not me to make. It's not my decision. I don't have to raise the kid, you know. So if you agree, maybe that's okay for you. But I don't agree in bullying a girl to do something like that when you knew, especially some of you know, that the girl was like religious. She wasn't fucking, you know, she was going to keep it. So in the case of a DM that I got recently, the guy's like, oh, how can I make her get rid of it? You shouldn't fucking think like that. Like, you can't. Because sometimes if a girl gets an abortion as well, she might not be able to have kids again. Like, it's not simple. It's not something, especially, he said, I think it's like 2 months or something down the pipe. It's not something that you just get. You know, if she takes the plan B or things like that, that's a bit different because it's not nearly developed. You know, if she takes it like a couple of days after or something, it's different. But 2 months and things like that, like, that's pretty far along. That can fuck her up too. It can fuck up her insides, where just because of you, she might not be able to have kids again. And yes, it is her fault as well, but like, that's a risk. You shouldn't be able to pressure someone to get something if they don't want to do it like that. Because it's your both decision, not just yours. What do we got here? Short hair. Short hair, don't care. Can see some trauma there. Should I add to it, lads? Should put the white stripe through the hair, or maybe a red stripe. I think we can do that. What do we got here? The educated one. Oh wow, 29. Look at my study that I did. How clever am I? I finished it. I'm a good student. 29-year-old student. Did everything right. Fell down the fucking Globo Homo agenda. Now broke. What do we got here? 5'11". Jesus, she's almost pushing my height. Tell me your favorite song. I like the red butt. Yeah, that's it. Borderline. And she's a giant. But the photos are still slightly wholesome. I mean, this is not someone who has, you know, the massive IG or all that sort of crap. They're not professional photos. This is edited. This is maybe a little bit edited. This could lose like, you know, 5 pounds or something and look a lot better, but it's not for me. What do we got here? The photo with the dog. It's pretty wholesome. the horse photo. That's right near my apartment. So maybe she could put the bat signal up and she could just come straight to my apartment. Maybe, who knows? Is that a dog? That's the fucking, I don't even know what that is. It's like a bat. The violin. We got a rich dad somewhere. Dad's rich, but her dad's not richer than me. So that's the thing with me. A lot of you guys get intimidated by some chick's dad, but no dad intimidates me because I've got more money than her dad. A lot of you guys think that if you meet a girl, you have to fucking pretty much kiss the dad's balls, and then you just put yourself under her dad. Her dad, in your mind, is some fucking big guy. If her dad has money or he's some fucking dude. I don't believe that. I think that with a woman, you have to become above her dad, obviously. A lot of the red pill fucking dweebs don't really understand a lot of that stuff. A lot of the stuff too, like the nerds, a lot of the stuff the nerds think is theory. Like a lot of it falls over in practice. I'm not saying for all, but for a lot of girls, the more, we won't go into that. We'll leave that one for Telegram because it'll get me cancelled. Especially on YouTube because it's pretty soy. But yeah, what do we got here? Oh wow, it's a beautiful shot. Looks like it's in Greece. This is crap. College, oh wow, it's another travel fucking trip. Can't wait to not see her. See, travel trips and all of that stuff, that's a turn off. Like guys, probably some fucking dorks probably think it's cool. Like, I want the girl that's well-traveled and done all this crap. I don't want that. Like, experience is a masculine thing. Experience is experience is a great teacher, yes. But a lot of the thing that you want in a girl, you want to be the one that does it with the first time for her. Like, you're taking her places or going places with her or doing something like that. I'm not saying you're taking her to Dubai, but a lot of it, like, you want to be the one that does the experience. Like, I've got a Lambo. I don't want the girl that's sat in the Lambo before. I don't want the girl that jumps in my Lambo, and tells me that she knows how to get in the door and all that crap. Because the doors are different in those. It's not just like, you just pop it open. I don't want the girl who sits in and then starts telling me about the Aventador or some other crap that she was in. I've been in the Urus, and the Urus was my favorite, and can we take the roof off and you just push this and do that? Why the fuck would I want that? Like, I know that you don't have a fucking Lambo. I know that most girls can't afford a Lambo. So who the fuck's Lambo were you in? Dude. I don't want that. Because it's not special, right? It doesn't really, it's not special. So that's just the way that the guys think. Like, that's the way I think. Oh, fuck me. Short hair. Short hair's growing on me a little bit. I don't know. I can see like a thing for it. With some girls, it actually looks good. I don't think this is that detailed, but she looks good. She's in shape. She knows that she's hot. She's got a little bit of daddy issues. She's some fucking doctor by the looks of it. Or some medical field. The funny thing with people too, like a chick will be a nurse or something and she'll thinks that like LARPing is some sort of doctor or like fucking medical professional. Yeah, you're a medical professional to a degree. I mean, if you're an RN or something like that. But, like, you're not a doctor, obviously. It's a bit different. No. Where are we at? Let's go speed rounds, lads. Oh, yeah, this looks like a great profile. Just can't wait to take this blur. Some people try to be edgy to hide that they're ugly. It's better to just be ugly. Because then you just fool people and fucking they meet you or something, and guys like me will just tell you that you're a catfish. I met a girl once out front of Hotel Washava. So I was on a date. First time I met a girl, met her off Tinder. And then, this is ages ago, almost a year ago. And then I met her, and then she comes up the stairs to see me, and she was fucking huge. On the app, she's like 55 kilos, and in real life, she's like 75 or 80. And I just told her straight up that she looks nothing like her photos, and told her, like, that I can't proceed with the date because this is massive catfishing. And then she started crying Why would you cry when you're like trying to fool people? Like it's not my fucking fault that you're lying. You know what I mean? I don't know who this little girl is, but she's pretty decent. And I know that I put the thing up last time. This is a cute girl. I know I put up last time, and guys and girls will be like, "Oh, you're a pedophile. You matched with a girl who's 21 years old. Oh, yep, you're a pedophile." Is that really a fucking? That's pathetic. Like people just make that shit so like wrong. So actual pedophiles, it damages the like credibility of that sort of a call. Pedophile is the worst thing that you can ever call someone, but they have to actually be a pedophile. You know, if you're making statements that people that are with 20 or 21-year-old girls, then it's all legal. You know, that you're calling them a pedophile or whatever just because you're an old bag and you don't qualify. That's dumb. Like that's not even fucking true. It's just a stupid thing to say because in actual pedophiles, it just weakens their like the meaning. You know, if you're trying to blanket it, so people who are fucking 20-year-old girls are now pedophiles, that's dumb. Like it's not even fucking illegal. Like that's normal. It's not even nearly illegal. So again, people just talking out their ass for damaging the reputation of shit that's serious. Like it's such a serious thing to say. It's like calling people rapists, but then the person has never even raped anyone. That's dumb. Like it's a serious crime. It's not to be just trivialized and just blanket put people that you don't like. You can say you don't like someone and that's fine. You can say that you don't like me, you don't like what I say and things like that, but you shouldn't damage the credibility of such a big call. It's like when a girl says that she's being abused and then it comes out and the abuse so-called is some like really trivial crap. Like the guy just called her names or something like that. And then they say, oh, yep, that's domestic violence. How is it violence? Like how do you assault someone with words? Like, it's pretty dumb. Like it's either one or like it's serious or it's not. It can't just be trivialized. Otherwise it's like everyone can be charged with it. It doesn't really have levels to it. Because the DV laws in Australia, they're really dumb. Like it's kind of for everyone, but then the maximum penalty for DV, at least back then, probably strengthened now, it was like 2 years or something. So a lot of shit fell into DV. But then if it was really major DV, it was still like the laws were quite weak to punish it. But then guys would get done for DV just for like, you know, repeatedly texting a girl. And they'd be like, oh, yep, you're on a no contact. So that's, I would see guys in jail. And they would be on a no contact with their girl. And they would send her like 50 or 60 letters or something like that and get like 50 or 60 DV breaches. And then, or guys that would like, you know, get someone else to put the girl's number on their phone or get someone else to mail letters to their girl and things like that. They think that the police, like they can't find out that it was you that pushed that person to do it. And DV, yeah, it's a dumb system over there. We got, yeah, I don't like this. I don't know what the fuck it is, this braid shit. But yes, I'm not a fan. Talent. Oh, well, we got another complicated girl. I am both an introvert and an extrovert. Of course, you're just, you're an enigma, of course, like everyone else thinks that they are. We got here. Met this girl before, so I'm not going to say anything. What we got here? We'll move right along from the last one. Adriana. Oh, Jesus, tattoos. I like this, though. See, she didn't edit the photo. Her stomach's like obviously not perfect, but she didn't edit the photo out. Other girls would. So she has some potential. At least she's like a realist. Like she's realistic. Some girls just edit all their photos so that they look fucking like flawless. So I can kind of respect that. Let's go 2 more, lads. Jeez, these heels are not a thing. I swear that I already said no to this woman. Say no again. We got her. Hala with the fucking arm tattoos. Tattoos scare guys. It's funny because, again, it's another one of these theoretical things. Like tattoos, if girls have tattoos, things like that, yes, they are getting hit on by different guys. You know, the kind of guy that's going to hit on a girl with tattoos or something like that, like she's going to like guys with tattoos. And I would bet that most guys with tattoos, not all, but are generally more masculine than the average soy. So if you're a soy boy girls with tattoos probably scare you because they're used to hanging around a certain like masculinity of guy. So a lot of these like soys, they just get run over by a girl that has tattoos. Like this, she just steamrolls them because she's used to being around a certain type of guy. And then the guy will turn around and be like, she must be bipolar. Every girl that disagrees with me is BPD. I don't understand how rare a BPD diagnosis is. Like it's a very rare condition. And it's also, has a lot of fucking like symptoms. Her symptoms are not just that she has like a, tendency to lie and be manipulative and be, very uncertain of her identity and things like that. I've seen it before in guys as well. They generally change based on whoever they're around. They try to mimic them and they try to be that person that the person wants. A very fragile sense of identity, which is actually a good thing because you can kind of mold them into whatever you want. But of course, the thing that guys have issues with, a lot of the shit that they've got problems with is leading. If a girl's got BPD, like a lot of those girls, I'm not saying BPD to a high extreme, but characteristics to it. Like there are levels to that sort of shit. It's not like, you either have extreme or not. Like people can have tendencies in certain types of, like just their personality. And it is a bit of a disorder because it's not healthy for them. But a lot of the case with guys is they don't know how to lead women. And I'm not saying lead women as though they're like, beating the shit out of them and stuff like that. But they just don't know how to lead. Like they're not the leader but they want to be respected and they want the woman to follow them and things like that. But they don't lead. They think that that shit's just going to happen overnight. They think that women just arrive perfectly correct. That they don't even know who the fuck you are. And in some cases, they've only been led around and had soy boys trying to lead them or guys just lying to them for fucking years. And then this chick turns up and the guy's like, I just thought that she would be perfect. It's like in some cases, these women show up, especially if they're a bit older, and they've had like just really bad software put in their mind. The firmware is the same. With women, the firmware is all of the same. Like one thing universally works. And the software can all be universal, but when they roll in, like they come in after a breakup or they come in after dealing with certain guys, things like that, their software's all fucked up. You can always tell, like girls or guys will say, it's I would never deal with a girl if she's got an ex or things like that. It just depends on the guy. Like if a girl's had an ex for a few years or something like that, and he was actually, had her on the right path and things like that, and then she comes to you, she's going to be a lot better than, or like they break up or whatever, and she comes to you, breaks up with her or something happens, or she's going to be a lot better than one of these girls that's been on Tinder for a year or 2, 3 years, because they're being led by fucking idiots. Most guys in that space, like the Tinder space, things like that, they're frauds. They don't actually know who they are. They don't have their shit together. They just lie to girls constantly. And then they lie, get pussy, and then it all falls apart. And then they just run off to the next girl to lie to her. And then these girls show up and guys are really critical on them. And when actually, in 99% of the cases, it has actually been the guy's fault. Like for why she is the way that she is. It's because guys lie constantly. All you have to do is get a girl who's not even that hot, just like a 6 out of 10's Instagram phone, and go through the messages. Like I see it regularly, guys will fucking be hitting on girls and then the girl checks his profile and his display photo is his wife and his kids with him. And he's like, oh, baby, I'm in the town for the weekend. Will you meet up with me? And he doesn't even have the decency to at least edit his photo, like take the kids off and his wife. And then the woman turns around and she's like, I can't trust dudes because they're fucking dishonest. And a lot of them are. So what can you say? You can't blame, if you're a leader, you can't blame what you're leading. That's just not how it works. You can't be in front of something leading at a certain path and then turn around and be like, how did you get lost? It makes me laugh. Like people don't know fuck all. Like the shit that they know is garbage. It's always fucking, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. That's dumb. Everything is your fault as a man. What do we got here? Sleepy dog. This one's, I'm not a fan. I can already sense something's off. I can just sense it. This one gets the game. She's attractive. Maybe she's like a cosmetic injectable nurse or something. I like this look. Like That sort of like she's got like a doll sort of face. She could be really hot if she put the time in. To the Stephen Ronald Bell protocol, big, bigger, longer, tighter waist, more like a shape around the jaw. She'd get injections there. And then she'd be like a doll look. Sometimes like that, I don't know, like a Barbie doll, bimbo sort of look. I think that's hot. But what do we got here? We'll go 2 more. All right, here we go. What do we got? Yeah, this is like the thing with this, like she's not bad, obviously, but the fat grenade has been popped. You know, like the pin has been pulled. She probably was good like 4 or 5 years ago, and then someone or something happened, and now she's kind of like given up. Like she's in the bad bitch phase or whatever, where they just get sloppy. I see it with a lot of girls, like they'll get a guy or whatever, and to like 25 or 26 or something, they'll break up, and then they just stop caring. Like they fall down that feminism or whatever rabbit hole where they're like, fuck men, like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever I want. And it's almost like they start to destroy the very beauty that guys look to them for. It's like their hatred for guys just radiates out of them. And they actually make themselves uglier on purpose by getting fat and things like that. And like, you know, I've seen them where they cut their hair really short, things like that. It's like men view me for my beauty, and I have such little regard for men now that I'm going to take all of that away. It's a real thing. Can't do it. Let's go last one. Oh shit. This I can deal with. You can just tell that I can deal with it. I like this like dark, tight, black. A little bit like that doesn't care. You know, like I'm not really on Tinder. I've only just got it. I'm not going to show my face. A bit conservative. I could deal with that, but yeah, I think that I've fucking got 200 and something matches left, right? 220 matches. Let's go 2 more, lads. I know I broke my own fucking record. We can't go here. This is another one of these wine, the art, like trying to be like high society. I see a lot of girls now, they try to be like, you know, high society girls, but they forget where they come from. Most girls are fucking broke, and that's fine. But like, don't try to be classy when you're not. Like, don't try to be some fucking socialite when you're not. I see some girls that grew up in like a poverty household, and now they think that they can just run around with fucking like billionaires pretty much. Like, you're not from that. Like, that's not something that you should look at. Like, that's very much not who your dad was either. It's defective to think that your dad was like just a normal guy or less, and now you need to be running around with like fucking some prince. It's wild. It's delusional. We got here. Oh, lads. Could have been a sweet girl at some point. Can I save her? I could save her, can I? Handling agent and architecture. See, architecture is another bullshit field. You know, a lot of people work in like, girls will be like in the office or some crap, and then they'll like LARP as though they're some fucking important figure in that sort of an industry. It's crazy. It gives them a false sense. I dated a girl once that was a fucking a fucking paralegal, like just a legal assistant, and she used to kind of LARP that she was like, you know, a lawyer and in the criminal justice, like in the courtrooms and things like that. And I've seen that a lot since. And she would act like she's some fucking big important figure in that field or has all of these connections, or I'm working on a case. First off, your fucking biggest equipment in the case is the stapler, the printer, and the fucking filing cabinet. Like, you're not working on shit. You ain't talking to the judge. You ain't doing shit. You're a fucking assistant. You don't do fuck all. Like, you're not qualified. You're not a lawyer. You're not a solicitor. You're not a barrister. I've been to court fucking probably like 50 or 60 times or more. And I've seen a lot of these fucking assistants in the legal field. They think they're important. You know, I'm making more money now than pretty much any lawyer that I've ever dealt with. Making more money than a barrister. I make multiples more than they do a year. Unless they're doing, you know, certain clients, things like that, then they're probably making more than me. But they're definitely not living like me. So fuck them. Fuck every one of those fucking cunts, except for the ones that help me. Long live them. But everyone else, suck my balls. All right, lads, let's slam one more gonna say fatty down, but she might not be that big. Some girls got like a bit of a chubby face, or like a bit of a moon face, or it's kind of just the angle. But their face is kind of like, I don't think that she is fat. She's kind of just normal. But normals. Oh wait, what do we got? A choker here? Get me some fucking water. No, we don't. Damn it. All right, lads. Let's do it. We'll do it till next time. I think we got through. We got 200 and something left. It just never ends. All right, brothers. Till next time.